What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode, we got ourselves the salvage arm, the sun key, and we opened up the way to the next temple. So in this episode, what do you say we head inside and take on the Temple of Courage? What a place, the Temple of Courage, huh? I bet the Spirit of Courage is here. Let's keep going, Link. Alright, you got it. Now, if you look at the map, you can very easily tell that this is the largest temple we've been in thus far. I mean, you know, minus the Temple of the Ocean King, but, that doesn't really count. Don't worry about the size too much, though, because although this temple is very large, it's also very, very linear, so we'll pretty much be taking this temple on one section at a time. Anyways, inside this chest, we get ourselves a dark pearl loop. Kind of a shame because we already know that that's really not worth too much. But, it will be a random treasure, so it might be different if you're playing along. Alright, so let's hit this switch. That way we can create a shortcut back to the beginning of the temple. Not really going to be too useful since we really didn't do much right now. It's really more for later on. In this chest, though, we got ourselves a small key, so that is mildly more important, and we're going to use this right away. So let's go up to the top of this room and unlock this door. So since this temple is very linear, I'm probably just going to run through here as fast as I can and try and explain things as I go along. We've got some new enemies to deal with, these worm enemies. They're very, very annoying. Now, right now, the best way to deal with them is by sneaking up on them and trying to throw a bomb at that, like, you know, pink spot behind them, because that is their weak spot. You can actually hit them with your sword, although it will take a couple hits, and you will risk them, like, noticing you and taking a little bit of damage. So I recommend using the bombs, at least right now. Later on, we will get a better method of dealing with them. So now that they're gone, let's just head down here and enter the basement of this temple. And again, this room is very, very large, but most of this room is actually, like, empty void, so it's really not all that big. The main thing down here is going to be like riding these, you know, moving blocks or crossing over like different sections using other methods. Make sure you hit this switch with your boomerang, and you want to do that. That way it changes something on the upper floor of this temple. So now if we ride this block all the way over to this staircase, we can go back up to the first floor. And if you look on the map, yeah, you'll see like these red blocks are now pushed down. They would have been up if you did not hit that switch. Anyways, there are two stones in here, so let me grab my bombs because I actually want to blow this wall first. But then after I do that, we will read the two stones. So what do you have to say? Big monsters with big ears are hugely vulnerable to loud sounds. Alright, that's actually a hint for a very interesting enemy later on. I'll talk about that when we get to it. Up, down, right, then left. It's not only the order for the switches nearby, it's the very order of the whole temple, so take note of it. Alright, so you know what? Let's write that down. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll be using that like twice in this temple, so commit it to memory now. Anyways, up here there are two more chests, so let's open up this one and get ourselves a random ship part. It's the Tropical Prowl. Cool, I like it. Looks kind of like a palm tree. And in chest number 2, we got ourselves a power gem. Very nice. Cool. More importantly, though, there is this map, and it says, it's easier to have courage to cross the void later if you note this path now. Alright, so let's open up our map, and we need to go to the basement 1 section, and sort of up here on the top is where we need to draw this path. So let me just draw this very quickly if I can. I kind of want to be accurate because I will be following this later on. And if you go anywhere off this path, you'll pretty much just fall into the void. So there we go. And let me erase this little tiny dot that I made by accident. Alright, that should be good now. So now that we got that, we can reference that, you know, when the time comes. For now, though, let's just grab our bombs and blow up these blocks. That way we can see what else we can find in this temple. There's actually a lot of interesting things, especially these green shoes. Well, actually, not really. They're not really that interesting, but use your items to take these guys out because they kind of like dodge your sword attacks, if you will. Anyways, this switch again will create a shortcut back to the beginning of the temple, but now, right up in this upper area is actually the enemy that stone was talking about. So what you want to do is try and talk into your DS microphone loudly. That way you can sort of stun it and take it out in one hit. If you don't do that, they are very, very strong enemies. They have a lot of HP and they do a ton of damage. Right up here is a little like square thing, so let's talk to this stone. Crystals can only fit into same shaped platforms. Alright, so we need to find a square crystal to put in that, and thankfully with this small key, we can open up the way to an upper area of this temple where we just might find a square crystal. So remember that sort of like combination that we wrote down, like, 1, 2, 3, and 4, up, down, right, and left? This is where we're going to use this. So what we want to do here is actually pull these levers in the up, down, right, left sort of combination. If we do that, it's going to cause a chest to appear, and that's where we're going to find that square crystal. So just make your way around this room and, bomb the BMOs if you want to. That way you can take them out and get past them safely and pull all these switches. But there we go, the chest has spawned, so let's go and open it up. And yeah, the BMOs actually do respawn after a while, so keep that in mind for later. But there we go, we got ourselves the square crystal. So now, let's just bring this back downstairs, and surprisingly enough, you actually do move fairly quickly when you're carrying these crystals, so I do appreciate that. Anyways, let's put this in here, and bam, there we go, this door will open up. Hooray! So, what do you say we head downstairs, and guess what? Remember that path that we drew? This is where that's going to come into play. So, very quickly though, watch out for these freaking beetle enemies because they're really obnoxious. So what I like to do is, use my boomerang to hit them. That way they fall off into the void. There's going to be another one a little bit later on this path. So just be ready with your boomerang to take him out because they will try and push you off and knock you into the void, which is really, really obnoxious. And if you fall into the void, the game actually puts you back to the last solid platform that you landed on. So it can put you back quite a ways if you fall off, after you've been out in the void area for a while. Anyways, over here we got ourselves a big chest, so let's open this up and get ourselves the item from the temple, the bow and arrow. One of my favorite items in any Zelda game. So let's grab this very quickly and shoot this eye switch. Doing so will create a bridge back to sort of like this section of the temple. So let's head down here, and now that we have the bow, we can actually shoot the weak spot on these worm things to take them out in one hit. Also, there are these things, so if we hit them with our sword, we can sort of like change the rotation, and what they're used for is if you shoot an arrow inside them, it'll sort of like relay your arrow to another like relay or whatever, and eventually shoot it out like a switch or something like that. So they're pretty cool, and we'll be using them quite a bit. Anyways, yeah, you want to hit the red switch, that way the blue things sort of go down. And please, can I kill you very quickly? Do not attack me. Alright, there we go, one down. And there was another one I need to kill, so come on, play nice for me. There we go, sweet. Alright, so what does this gossip stone say? Boing! The crystal needed here is the very same you needed elsewhere. Retrieve the crystal, then put it in place here. Alright, so probably didn't need to read that, but whatever. We need to go and get that square crystal. Pretty easy. All you gotta do, shoot this eye switch with an arrow. That will unlock this door, and now we can go back into the area where the square crystal is. So let's very quickly go and grab that. However, once you grab this, you'll notice that, yeah, the door that we used to open it with closes. Not really a big deal though, since we won't be going back in that area. Just sort of wanted to remind you of that, I suppose. But let's just place it here, and that's going to unlock this door. So now we can go upwards and see what else we can find inside this crazy maze of a temple. You know what, actually, I got a question for you guys who have played this game. What do you guys think of the temple design? I personally think it's alright. It's not terrible. There's some things that are pretty clever, but a lot of the time it's very gimmicky, and I don't really like that, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast with this game. Alright, in this room what you want to do is take out all these Octorok enemies, because once you do, well, guess what? A bridge is going to spawn and let us cross over to that side now, and I kind of need some more arrows, so hopefully there's some pots over here. Alright, good, thank goodness. That is just what I needed. Oh, you know what, this part's actually really, really annoying because there's so much void that you can fall in, and yeah, the game designers, not cool, man. They put some bats in here, and really? Really? all the bats want to do is knock you up. What? Why did, like, I not walk forward there? That was really weird. But yeah, the bats, they really just exist to knock you off these moving platforms and put you into the void and set you back, which is really not cool at all, man. Not cool. So, use your boomerang or your arrows to take them out. I like to use my boomerang just because I really don't like to waste the arrows, especially since you kind of need them to hit like 2 eye switches in order to cause a chest to spawn. So hopefully I can hit this from here. There we go, perfect. And bat, I swear, if you knock me off, oh my gosh, that was close. Thank goodness though. Anyways, let's open up this chest and get ourselves another power gem. Sweet, we're getting a lot of these. Alright, I think there's one more bat, so I'm gonna preemptively just like have my boomerang at the ready so I can take him out and make it through here safely, because yeah, I do not want to fall since there's really not too many like safe areas to stand. But there we go, we made it. So let's get past these blade traps and let me get rid of this BMO. There we go, perfect. And oh, actually, you know what? It's kind of okay that I fell there because I need to go across this gap first. That way I can blow up this block. And then I need to go all the way back around. And gosh dang it, that BMO already respawned. But yeah, I want to push this forward. You know, when the blade trap is on the right side. That way it sort of locks that into place. And then we come back around and now push this all the way down to the other side. Sort of like, I guess, trapping the blade trap, if you will. And we can open up this chest and get ourselves another dark pearl loop. Really? Come on, game. Give me something useful that I can sell later on. Alright. Let's see. What's down here? We're sort of back on, like, you know, the first floor of the temple. And I think we're actually going to create a shortcut back to the start by stepping on this switch. So yeah, that's like the only reason to come down in this section, I guess. Well, that and to reach, like, you know, the next section of the basement, which is going to be a lot of fun. So let's step on this moving block and grab our boomerang, since we will be needing that for a very short puzzle coming up. So once we get to this area, and of course that block was not going to be here for us, fantastic. But if you use your boomerang, you can sort of look up and see these torches. So essentially what you want to do is use the boomerang to light all of these torches, but we need to wait for this block to come all the way back. That way we can ride it to the other side. So let's try and be quick about this. So let's hit all 6 of these torches and hope that this does it all in one go. Perfect, sweet. And yeah, once you light all those, it'll like make the spikes go down. That way you can step safely onto this platform. Now that we're over here though, you know what? Actually, let me take out this freaking beetle enemy thing if I can. So can you please just like fall off into the void? There you go, thank you. Alright, so what you want to do here is actually take your boomerang and lock on to this weird like arrow repeater thing and point it towards the left. Then grab your arrows and shoot one into it. That way, you know, it goes all the way down here and hits the red switch, turning it blue, putting down these sort of red pillars. Then hit this again and shoot another arrow into it, because now, guess what? It's going to go all the way to the top and hit that hidden eye switch, giving us this chest. And if we open this up, we can get ourselves a wisdom gem. Hooray! Alright, so now we are free to go back upstairs and find some other stuff. Oh no, we got another one of these enemies! You know, it's kind of cool that, like, speaking loudly into the 3DS microphone, like, commentating sort of stuns those guys. It really works to my advantage since I'm, like, talking all the time anyways. But yeah, just kill that, grab the key, unlock this door, and let's go back upstairs again. Hooray! We should, like, almost be done with this temple. This is, like, the last puzzle that we need to solve. So, actually, you know what? Real quick, let me talk to this gossip stone. Boing! To move the floating platform where you want, draw a path on your map. If it's moving on a path you don't like, simply redraw the path. Okay, sounds simple enough. So we stand on here, and if we pull down our map, we can sort of draw our pathing. Now, what you want to do is hit these 4 pillars in the up, down, right, left manner. So I'm just going to like draw my pathing around here and stop it right here, because the pathing of this block is very, very weird. So like, if I drew another line going all the way to the pillar on the left and it crossed over one of my other drawn lines, the block would actually skip all of the rest and just go like directly to the end. So it sort of takes like the shortest path to get to the final destination, which is why you sort of need to like stop off once you get to the third pillar. So let's just ride this all the way up to the top, and we should be able to hit this next eye switch. There we go. Now we need to erase all of our other lines. That way we can redraw the path and go all the way to the right. And I think I actually let that go, so let me try this again, because you want to make sure you don't have like any gaps in your lines or anything like that. So there we go. That should take us all the way to the pillar on the left. And I don't believe this is timed, so you can take all the time you want, but it really shouldn't take you too long, even though this block does move very slowly. But as soon as we hit this last switch, guess what? That chest is going to spawn and it contains the boss key, so the fastest way back there is to jump into the void. That's right, it puts us all the way back here with the block, so we can open up this chest and get ourselves the boss key. Fantastic. Alright, so now that we got that, let's just step on this block again, erase our previous line, and now all we gotta do, draw a line directly to the boss door on the bottom left section of this area, and we are good to go. This block will take us right to the boss door. We don't even need to walk to carry this key there. Pretty dang nice, if I do say so myself. So yeah, like I said guys, temple looks big, really linear though, so it's not too bad. So all we gotta do now is just unlock the boss gate and challenge the boss. And this should be fun. Like, the boss of this temple is really, really easy though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we beat it in like, I don't know, 30 seconds. It's gonna go by very quickly. But before we do that, let's talk to this stone to, of course, get the blue light to appear. That way we can go back to the beginning of this temple if we want to, but obviously we're not going to do that. We can also restock on some items, but if you look on your map, there's actually a hidden area in the back. So let's take our bombs, and that is not where I wanted to throw that. But obviously, yeah, we want to put a bomb right in front of this crack because back there is a chest. So let's head back there and see what's inside. It is a courage gem. Fantastic. Alright, so that's the last thing we need to do. Let's grab our arrows, because that's what the boss is weak to. And now, well, the only thing left to do is take on the boss itself. And this boss is very interesting, well, at least the beginning section of it. And watch out, Link. So, yeah, this is Cryak, Bane of Courage. So watch the top screen because, well, yeah, he's invisible. So now we sort of like see it through his eyes. And yeah, you want to make sure you shoot him with an arrow when he gets close. But that's really the only time you need to look at the top screen. The rest, you can just sort of like look at the bottom of the screen. But what you want to do now is shoot all those purple things on his shell, and eventually, yeah, it will crack. And now here's where the boss fight gets really easy. So now, just stun him in place with an arrow and attack his weak blue spot behind him. That is literally all you have to do. Like, really, the most annoying thing about this fight is like the mini crabs that like, you know, spawn with this guy. So watch out for those. You can take them out with like a single sword hit or your arrows, either one. Anyway, wow, really? That was it? Holy crap, that was a lot faster than I thought I was gonna take him out. Like I said, guys, very, very easy boss. Didn't really even get a chance to like explain everything, but whatever, we're done. And now we got some more sand for our Phantom Hourglass. Fantastic. Let's see how much time gets at it this time. Hold it out, Link. There you go. That's what I like to see. Look at it, man. It looks so stinking cool. And there we go. Alright, so you got more sand for the Phantom Hourglass. 2 minutes have been added, so just like last time. Cool. But more importantly, there is the symbol of courage. Which means we've done it, guys. We have successfully rescued the last spirit. So it looks like we're going to be getting ourselves another fairy friend. Hip hip, hooray. No one saw this coming, right? And hey, it's just a normal white fairy. You look just like me. Yeah, that's true. What happened? Something seems weird. You know what? You're kinda right. Not really sure what this could mean. Huh. And this fairy doesn't seem to be talking either. That's strange. But, something's odd. But you got the spirit of courage, I guess. Maybe now you can find the ghost ship. Well, it's worth a shot. But, before we go and find the ghost ship, of course, we need to open up this chest and get out of this temple. So, let's grab ourselves another heart container. There we go. Already up to like 7. Sweet. Let's get out of here though, because I am totally done with this place. And now that we're done with the Temple of Courage, I think that's a good place to end off this episode. So if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.